Welcome back, everybody, to the sixth clip in a series of 9 clips about a 192K flight I did in the Andes in August 2022 using Condor 2 software intended as a simulator for glider pilots who want to do this kind of mad thing. I flew the tasks in virtual reality, and that's why when I move my head around, the view will changes. So what you're looking at, and at the price of a certain amount of wobbly bobbliness, because that's my head moving around like a glider pilot's head might do, or in this case a passenger when they're on a flight. That's what the VR experience is like. Incidentally, I call myself a passenger because this is a replay of that flight, and although I flew it then, for the purposes of imagination, at the moment the guy in the back, Bert, my mate Bert, is the pilot, and I'm just a passenger, a sightseer in the front, remembering or trying to remember what it was I did when I flew the flight then. And in this clip, the last clip, we rounded turning point 1, and then we had some issues with the cloud that was hanging around very close to the ridge we wanted to be on. And at one point, I went into it while in ridge lift, and it gave me a bit of a fright because I realized if I got blown back over the ridge, I could get right mess and crash. So I'm a little bit more wary of all of that now, but I've still got to deal with these clouds that are involved with bridges that I might want to actually use for lift. Looking back, we were on this ridge. You can't do this in a real glide. Look at this. I'm looking out. Where I'm looking back there, that's the ridge line we were flying on. But if we carried on that ridge, it's diverging from where we need to go, because if you look at the map, we need to be going somewhere in the kind of sort of 1 o'clock position to get to turning point 2. So at some point, we've got to start trying to do something about that. And I think I must have decided to use this point where that ridge has a break in it to dive through and get onto this ridge here. But it's very much behind that ridge, and I don't know quite how well it's going to work for me. I've got to get in close to it, see what happens. Up towards the head of this valley, it seems to get better height and therefore might work a bit better. And of course, if it doesn't, my escape route has to be just to come right back down here and try and get onto the front ridge, using this area to go out into the valley and then get onto the front ridge, because I can't be doing anything close to the lee of that ridge because I shall be in horrendous sink. And looking down there, that all looks like sort of not Amazonian rainforest, but you know what I mean, jungle, uninhabited sort of jungle land. Nowhere to land down there if it all went wrong. Right, so enough of that. So yeah, clip number 6, 192K flight. The wind is 270 degrees, that's westerly at 21 knots. We're not carrying any water ballast, so let's go. Right, off we go. Yeah, so on this section we're going to get involved with a complex series of valleys and mountain slopes. I'm reading from the script on screen here. And I've got to study them before deciding which line to commit to in order to progress to turning point 1. So at the moment, yes, I'm doing okay on this ridge. I don't know this landscape. Can't see the route ahead for any distance as the mountains obscure the view. So the mountains and the clouds actually are obscuring the view to where I want us to go. So I've got to choose a likely working slope with an escape route and head to it positively. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm kind of belly climbing on this ridge at the moment. And I can then review the best line to follow as the view ahead opens up. Okay, but as I get towards the head of this valley, sure enough, when the ridge rises, it starts to poke itself into wind, and I get better lift off of it. The lift gets quite good here. So now I'm looking out towards the turning point and thinking, well, where do we go next? I can see where we're going to go next. We're going to go over these couple of ridges, over that bit of water, to a ridge over there somewhere. But whether I want to gain a bit more height before I do, and whether I want to... so I can't imagine these ridges in real life would be terribly good, because they're kind of very much in the lee of everything and or not into wind very well. And I think we probably need to sort of... We needn't necessarily race away from them towards that point over there, because we've got plenty of height. As long as we clear these ridges, probably just goes like this and be in sync. And I'm probably doing it partly because I myself am curious to see whether, as I get near to them, they will offer any lift, or whether they are all shaded out by the bigger ridge upwind of them, which just makes them not work. They might work if we got very close to them, but what would be the point of going down there just to get the work if we want to get on our way? But as you can see, beyond these, there's a really big ridge line, with the mountains there, on the other side of that water, and it's pretty much where we want to go, and more or less into wind. So, oh yeah, look, there's a little bit of lift as we go this one, because we descended to a lower height as well. So I'm just slowing it a bit, probably to take what I can out of it. Now, will that lift drop off? Yeah, it drops off as we go over the ridge. So now I'm looking at which bit of this massif, whatever you call it, which bit of it to head for. At the moment we're just a bit east of north. So north there, probably, really I could head somewhere over there, but I wonder whether I'm thinking I'd like to head to this bit and then let myself get blown up and backwards towards those ones. So I've got a series of steps maybe it might be able to use, I don't know. It could be that I've spotted a cleft here and I'm thinking, well, this is as good a point as any to enter, and then we'll just take it from there. Let's see. Sort of gully there at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. But we're already in good air. It's lifting us up. And where we're headed at the moment, actually it's quite a nice gully right ahead of us, isn't there? And that's bang on track. And we are rising very well, so I think I'm probably overthinking the situation here, because it's all good. My main decision will simply be how much height to gain here before we leave this for the next one. Yeah, I probably want to avoid the cloud. Oh, and that's driven me towards this. No, I'm going to go around it, I see. See if I can go around it and stay in this bit. Yeah. So I'm tucking into this spine so that I can try and pick up the lift in this corner and along that ridge as soon as possible, probably. I reckon that's what I'm doing. That lovely scenery opening up again. Turning tight now as we come into the strong lift. Try and hit the real strong band on this ridge. Wow, nice stuff. Nice stuff. Turning out into it. I don't know quite why I turned out quite that soon. Perhaps because that bit there might have been shading that bit there, quite likely, but yes. Yes. I think I'm just exploring here to see what there is and where. That's looking pretty good there, isn't it? The way it drops away there. And that's pretty much banging into wind. I'm already feeling its effect there, but it's starting to circle here for some reason. Not sure why, but perhaps because it's higher. Landscape, eh? And when you think how depopulated this area would be in real life, I mean, you really would be on your own out here, wouldn't you? There'd be no rescue, no anything. There's another big pesky cloud coming our way, and we're at cloud base. Which is very good here. involved here. We're now above 8,000 feet. We got up there pretty quick, didn't we? Wow. Coming to 7.5 knots on the average. That'll do. While staying in between the clouds. Don't really want to go into them if I can avoid it all. Not for any length of time. Decided I've done enough here, or I want to do a bit more. See, I think one of the things is I'm enjoying the adventure of all this. So when it's fun like this, and there's all the challenge of trying to sort of gain height and not get badly caught out by the clouds. So what am I going to do here? I might be saying to myself, well, all I've got to do is fly straight and level on this heading, and I should go through quite a bit of good rising air. So as long as I'm into wind, more or less, keeping straight heading in good lift, I might decide, well, being in cloud in this situation with an artificial horizon is okay. I can take some of that. And sure enough, the lift is good. Oh yes, very good. Approaching 9,000 feet now. Laps here for a moment. Wow, look at that. Lift, 7.7. 8 knots on the average. I mean, what is this lift? Surely this is something to do with wave now. If I wanted to, I could have done all kinds of things and gone up to huge heights, but I elected not to, so there we go. And I clearly want to get a nice bit of height under my belt so that I can head off into the unknown. Not too dependent on any particular mountain to save my backside. So what will I do now? Got a good line of sight down there now. Will I hit correct, or am I still keen to muck around, see how high I can get in this lift? I don't know. We're still almost 6 on the average. We're over 10,000 feet. I think I'm enjoying myself as well. I'm flying around the edge of this huge cloud, looking up at the blue sky, down at that wonderful view along the valley. Clouds below me. Magnificent. Just being cheeky now, going back into this cloud, aren't I? I'm not sure why I'm bothering really, because we're now out of the lift. Yeah, I probably thought, no, don't need this, let's get on our way. Wow. Now, why has the sink come on so massively like that? Is that because it was to do with wave and now we're at a bad point? Now in a real sky as opposed to Condor, if that was wave and we've just come out of the lifting bit of the wave bar into the sink, actually these cumulus clouds, they probably wouldn't look quite like this. They'd probably have indications on them that there was a bit of, a sweeping of them and shaping of them by the wave as it moved up and down through the air. Whereas, I don't think Condor can be expected to go quite to that level of subtlety. Well, not in this version. Perhaps the new version might get even cleverer. Right, so that's the end of that clip. I think it's just there just to show what fun this flight was with the landscapes and the turning, wheeling and turning with the clouds in and out of them. It's just wonderful. Really beautiful landscape, this. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, and look forward to seeing you in clip number 7. And until then, bye for now.
I got a feeling so strong. Maybe someday our sky